Okay, so let's start this video with the bad news. This is my maple tree with the shriveled up leaves. And I'll show you that most of them have really been damaged. However, there are a couple, like this one right here, that may make it. And here are a couple that did make it. So we'll see what will happen there. And here's the smaller maple tree, which has recovered very nicely. And then back here, what I've done is, I've put in some azaleas that took a hit. And this is on sale at Lowe's azalea, and another azalea. And back here, just to show you, this is what I've done in terms of cleaning up the backyard. Need any wood? I've got the rhododendrons along the fence. Some have died. I may move three of these three outlanders, and into the front. This is a crepe myrtle. They haven't started to come out yet, but I have a suspicion that this crepe myrtle is, how can we say this, lost. And this is one of the rhododendrons that has started to bloom. Very nice flowers. Yesterday I moved the two hydrangea that were still alive, and I hope they'll move here. And then I moved all this lily right here to fill up this spot. It doesn't get a whole lot of sunshine, but these will do fine here until the ivy eventually takes over. The second crepe myrtle, and this one came from out of the front, and I don't think it's going to make it, but can't have everything. We transplanted a plant in the back there, and then what I've done is I put in a row of fox type plants in the back here, and in the front there should be some bulbs, but I may add something. There's some sedum in Tom's planters and more bird feeders. And then right along here we have sedum, some herbs in my Yoshino cherry tree, which is really started to take off in terms of growth. And then back here what I've done is I've taken all the garden has moved to these 9 planters, and in front of those I have some marigolds, and behind those snapdragon. And while I'm not a fan of annuals, they may or may not make it, and these were part of the $1 a pop group of items. I think there were 6 marigolds per item and 4 gladiolas, not gladiolas, snapdragons. And here we come to the grapes, and this one may make it. As you can see, we put the grapes all on the fence, and then down below I put in some bulbs, and there are still some volunteer herbs, like I believe this is mint, and that's sage, right here. More mint. This grapevine is not going to make it. This one, I'm not quite sure what this one's going to do. Looks like it tried and keeps trying and just not having a good time of it. This one will probably make it because it's so small. And this one I have hopes for. It's gotten more and more leaves. So if I back up, you know, if this were to work out, there'd be great leaves all on the fence up to there, and then in front there would be some bulbs. This is the lilies and iris part, and you can see that the iris are just about getting ready to come out there. And then I've added the petunias to this area here, and Creeping Jenny back there, but it has a tough time in the roots. I've redone the hosta bed so that if you look, you can see it's even now pretty continuously full, right? And then I've added some fox in the blue and in the orange. And repositioned some of the hosta, so we should have a row of hosta going all the way back. And the river birch actually has some birch-like bark at the bottom. You can see in the lower right hand branch. I'll move it closer. I've got this interesting yellow flower here. It kind of looks like might be strawberries, but it's not. Okay, the daffodils are already gone here. The tulips, there are only a few, but you can see them starting to come up. Right? And then these, if I'm not mistaken, are black-eyed Susans. These are hopefully something, because if not, then they're a weed. There's a little asparagus fern. You can get that right there. And then there's one more little fern in the back. Too much sun here for the ferns to do well. And as you can see, the hosta have done pretty well. And then of course the Leyland cypress forming the back border. If you think about it, 5 years ago when I planted those, right, they were smaller than I am. And so that's the backyard, except for my willow tree. Gotta get a picture of the willow tree. Well, before we do that, and here's the rest of the modified wood pile that got cleaned up. And as you can see, this part of the backyard isn't bad in terms of grass. But this part is a disaster, and there's not much we can do about it until the fall. And you may be able to see the willow tree here, but now it's against the background of all the other trees, so we'll have to see. Let's move to the front.